Hey y'all, welcome to AMS in Progress. My name's Amber. I've been following Weight Watchers for a little while now. I've lost 41 pounds so far. The journey still continues. And here are some tips for starting Weight Watchers in 2024. I can talk a little bit more about myself at the end of the video just in case you want to see it, but we know what you're here for. You're here for the deets on WW, and I'm here to give it to you. So tip number 1, use the friend link down below that I have. There is a referral link. It's just a refer a friend link. It gives you 3 months free on WW. It gives me 1 month free as well. But basically, within 3 months, you're gonna know if Weight Watchers is something that works for you or not. And so you have 0 risk in starting today, tomorrow, Monday, whatever works for you. So go ahead and click that link below so you can give it a try. Oh, let's just see what happens. If you wanna make it official, like an official friend situation, also hit that subscribe button. And then, you know, if you notice me looking down a lot in this video, it's because I had to write notes because I can't remember all this stuff, y'all. I'm getting old. I just turned 36 and I need help. Tip number 2 is give yourself a grace period. WW has a lot going on, okay? And if you are never done the program before, you have no idea what it is, you're gonna need some time to figure it out. Don't expect day 1 to be perfect on your points, on your scanning, all the things. It's too much. We're gonna take little chunks at a time. I went over to the Connect, which is the kind of like community tab of the Weight Watchers app. A lot of people are starting new and there's a lot of advice being given out. And I thought this guy said it best because this, honestly, what he said encompasses a lot of the tips that we're going to include today. So up on the screen here, Greg H21 from the Connect portion of the Weight Watchers app. Hi there and welcome. All I did my first week was track what I ate. Didn't change how I ate. Also, I could understand tracking and seeing the points. Big surprise how much I was eating. The next week, I tried to substitute some of the high point foods with low point foods. The next week, I figured out tracking exercise and activity. And by the end of the first month, it all kind of made sense. It's a lot. Don't feel like you have to digest it all at once. Take your time and spend time on Connect. There are many really smart, motivating people here. Best of luck. So I could not agree more. Baby steps. Take your time in learning the app. You are going to be shook on how much some foods that you love, how high in points they are, even if they aren't high in calorie. That's because they use calories, protein, fiber, sugar, all these things, healthy fats. All of these things are accounted for the point. Even if it's a lower calorie food, but it's higher in sugar, it's gonna eat up your points really, really quickly. And it's gonna take time to learn what things are high points and what things are not, and the things that you like within that range. So give yourself time. You're not gonna be perfect week 1, week 2. I've been doing this for a while now, and I'm not perfect on a day-to-day basis. December, I survived. Okay, let's be real. So you're not gonna be perfect, and that's okay. Give yourself time to figure it out because there is a lot to figure out. Tip number 3, enjoy the foods that you're eating. You will not stick to the program long term if you are forcing yourself to eat foods that you don't actually like. If you hate cucumbers, I don't care that it's a 0 point food. Don't eat it. You are not gonna stick to it. We are trying to build a balanced way of eating that we can sustain for the rest of our life, because that's how we're gonna keep the weight off once we get there. If we are doing things now that we cannot stick to in a year or 2 years from now, that weight's gonna come back on. I have one more little snippet from the app. This one is from Heather3867. Don't do anything short term that you aren't willing to do long term. Amen, sister. This is how we create a lifestyle that we enjoy and not a diet that we endure. I don't like raw tomatoes. My sister and mom can just throw some salt on a raw tomato and eat it like it's an apple. And not for me, okay? And if I tried to do that just because, well, tomato is a 0 point food and it's healthy, I'm gonna be miserable. There are a lot of 0-point foods that I do like that I'm going to choose instead of the things that I don't like. A lot of these points just dive right into the next, and this is no exception. So tip number 4, you need to find your staples. Your staples are going to be different for everyone. These are the foods that you really enjoy, that are 0-point or lower point, foods that you like that will help you stay within your point balance. And again, these foods are going to be different for everyone. My sister loved tomatoes. That's not on my list, you know? This is going to take time and also change throughout the year with certain fruits and vegetables being out of season, in season, as well as your taste buds changing. So during the summer times, watermelon, I can eat all day long, and I'm very happy. Now that watermelon is not in season, it's not on my list for right now. So you have to be adaptable and know that this list will change over time, but this will be a great place for you to find just peace of mind within your foods when you don't feel like trying new recipes, new snacks. You have this go-to list of things that you can just keep in the pantry and enjoy when it's time to eat. It's amazing. So I definitely like to have some low point options as well as 0-point options in this kind of just mental food list for myself. So for breakfast, a lot of times I will do oatmeal that's 2 points. I will do eggs with toast or eggs with hash browns. I also like Fiber One, like brownie bars that are 2 points. Those are, sometimes I work really early and I have to be at work at 5 in the morning and I'm not super hungry. So having something that's just enough to put something in my stomach and I can eat a bigger snack later at work. So like I said, this is going to be different for everyone and you just kind of have to find what it is for you, and that's just going to be trial and error. So give yourself time and patience because this is not going to happen all at once. As far as snacks, I love snacking on fruit. I also love protein bars, cottage cheese. I make something called yogurt fluff. I don't love plain Greek yogurt, so I add stuff to it that it's still 0 points, but tastes really good. I can either use it as a fruit dip or eat it by itself. If you want to know about this yogurt fluff, follow me, okay? I'm telling you, I've made it several times so far, and I'm gonna make it again in the future because it's a staple. You're gonna see it. I forgot to say protein bars. I really love Built Bar and Quest bars for the low points. If I'm wanting like a decadent dessert bar, Built Bar is one of those as well because it tastes really, really good. But I also love Bear Bells. Those are 5 points. The Quest bars and Built Bars that I like are 3 points, maybe 4 points depending on the bar. The Bear Bells are 5 points. So it just kind of depends on how much room I have to play within my budget that week on what protein bar I like to pick. My go-to dinner, if I am in a jam or just need something that I can fall back on, is gonna be some kind of chicken and a green vegetable because I can have that for really low points. Normally I do something to the chicken, so the chicken's like 2 points and the vegetable 0. And then if I wanna add something carby on the side, I can. Well, that might be mashed potatoes, sweet potatoes, rice. It can be whatever I want. I already have a really low point base to start off with. That is the most filling part, which is my protein and my green veggie. And then, like I said, the starch is like a little sprinkling on top. Now you might get more points than me a day. I get 23 points, which is the lowest you get. I get 28 weeklies. So this list is also gonna vary on how many points a day. If you get 40 points a day, your list doesn't have to be mostly 0-point foods or really low point foods. You can really sneak in some stuff in there that have more points because you have that wiggle room in your budget. Evening snacks, this is also gonna be like one of those Fiber One brownies and some decaf coffee. This is also air pop popcorn. I bought just a container on Amazon that I can just put popcorn in it and throw it in the microwave and it pops it without any fat. I will add like a butter spray that is 0 points along with a little bit of sea salt, and that is a great snack if I'm really feeling munchy. We're having a movie night as a family, something like that. This is what is a go-to. I always have it in the pantry. I also love apple nachos where I cut up apples, put a little bit of peanut butter powder. You can put some Greek yogurt, a little bit of honey, whatever you want on your apples and eat them as nachos. Also with that yogurt fluff as an apple dip. I also keep unsweetened applesauce in my fridge because sometimes I run out of apples and I haven't made it back to the store. Unsweetened applesauce stays a really long time in your fridge, so it's there ready to go. I just sprinkle some cinnamon on it and it's a delicious snack. So find your staples, your go-tos. This will help de-stress your life a great amount. And again, this brings us into tip number 5, which is have plenty of 0-point foods on hand at all times, because life gets crazy sometimes. Sometimes ish hits the fan and you need to come home and have either a really quick meal or a 0-point meal to help balance out your day. Maybe you and everyone from the office went to lunch and what you ended up having was a lot more points. Or maybe you didn't get off till 8 o'clock at night and you're exhausted and you want something really fast. This is why I keep chicken strips in the freezer. You can do like the grilled chicken variety or the blackened chicken strips by Tyson for a 0-point option. Or I also like the Real Good chicken. It is 3 points for 4 ounces, I believe. And it's like a chicken tender or nugget style, depending on which one you get. And it can be done in the air fryer super quick. So you have a low point protein on the table quickly. I also love corn, and corn is a 0-point food. So I have canned corn and frozen corn, depending on how much time I have. I do prefer frozen vegetables over canned, mainly because of the texture. The only canned veggies I can really do is green beans and corn. And that's because I expect green beans to be mushy. But all the other ones, they're just so mushy and I don't like them. But if you like them, that is a great staple to have in your pantry at all times. Having a low point soup, a great option to have in your pantry. Something that you can throw together quickly for those days, because they're coming. I promise you, they're coming. Also for snack attacks. So like I said, I have applesauce, unsweetened applesauce in my fridge. It will be there even when I don't have fresh produce, because I know there's gonna be a time where I need a snack and I'm out of cantaloupe and grapes and all the things I normally keep on hand. So popcorn, another one of those things. 0-point foods are amazing, so keep them on hand. Tip number 6, drink your water. You'll be amazed at how helpful it is. I always have some sort of water bottle next to me, unless I'm at work, and then I keep it in the car for when I have a break. So keeping water with you is a key into getting your water if you're not used to it. If you're not used to getting a lot of water, this is not an all or nothing channel, okay? Take baby steps. I'm serious, you're gonna pee so much if you are not used to drinking water. Also, there are people who don't enjoy the flavor of water. Buy, sparkling water that has flavoring in it, like LaCroix or bubbly. Buy flavor enhancers if you need to. Put some drops in here. Do whatever you can to get more water in. It will help with your appetite. It will help with your skin. It'll help with so many things. And once you get used to drinking water, it is not a chore. You're not peeing all the time, okay? Your body does get used to it. So it is awesome. And your skin will thank you. Tip number 7, this is going to be weigh or measure your food. So when you go to log your food on the app, it will say like a 4th cup of cheese. Don't estimate a 4th cup of cheese. Actually get out a 4th cup and add it to that 4th cup and then sprinkle it on, because you're gonna either do too little or too much, and then you're not gonna know why you're not losing weight. That's because you're not actually within the points that you should be. My favorite thing is to weigh, because you're gonna get the most bang for your buck. So I bought a cheap like $10 scale on Amazon that does ounces, grams, all the things. And then I will weigh things in grams the most of the time, because it is the most accurate. I get the most bang for my buck. So I don't have numbers in front of me, so this is just an example. But I do know, like sour cream. If you do a light sour cream, it is going to automatically pull up 2 tablespoons, and it's gonna be 2 points for 2 tablespoons. If you play around with that number, go to grams, because we're gonna weigh our sour cream instead of using 2 tablespoons. We're gonna play around with how much we can get. You can get, I think it's like 1 or 2 grams less than 2 tablespoons for 1 point. And you can get more than 2 tablespoons for 2 points. So play around with the numbers on the app and find out what the most you can have for those 2 points are, and use that. Or if you want, like I said, want 1 point, I think it's literally like 1 or 2 grams less than what the serving size is on the back of the container is 1 point. Yeah, grams, they're awesome. Same with potatoes. You can get way more potatoes and avocado if you use grams versus the cup system. So that's what I found on my plate. So it's a great little tool that you can get for really cheap on Amazon. Tip number 8 is please eat your weeklies. Weight Watchers can be very low calorie. If you are someone who is not moving like at all, if you're getting 2,000 steps a day, you might be fine. You're older, your metabolism's slowing down. Like, we all need different amount of calories to be happy and for our bodies to be healthy. So this isn't for everyone. No matter what advice anyone gives, take it with a grain of salt because your body's different. But most people, I will say that, most people, if you don't eat your weeklies, you're not eating enough calories. You have to eat so many 0-point foods a day to eat enough calories if you're not adding those weeklies in. Those weeklies are there because they want you to eat them. They are incorporating those amount of calories into your week for you to have weight loss. A lot of people will start off and they'll only try to stay within their daily budget, and then they don't lose weight and they're upset because, like, I started working out and I'm not eating my weeklies and I didn't lose weight this week. What is wrong? Eat your weeklies. Eat your weeklies. If you get activity points and you are hungry, eat your activity points. There are many, many, many weeks, probably most weeks, I eat all my weeklies and most of my activity points, if not all of my activity points, and I am still losing weight. So please, please eat your points. Also, if you are trying to just force yourself to stay within that daily budget, like I said, I get 23 points a day. If I am only allowing myself to eat 23 points a day, I am going to be miserable in the long run because I do not have the points to go eat out with my family or eat something like a snack, like a tasty treat that is a splurge item. That's why we have those weekly points. You can either divide those weekly points up and eat them a little bit each day, or you can go out and enjoy your life. We don't need to stop living our life to maintain our points. And if you have to do that, it's not a lifestyle change, right? Like, I can't eat 23 points a day every day for a month and feel like I've lived my best life. I just can't. And I want to live my best life. This is the only life I get. That's why they're there. Please eat them. Please eat them. Tip number 9. Are you ready for it? I think if you're here, you're guilty of this. And I know because I've been guilty of this. And that is ditch the all or nothing mentality. Yeah. You know what I just said about someone starting? I literally just read this on the Connect app, so I'm not making it up. Someone was frustrated because they didn't lose weight their first week and they stuck to only daily points and they started working out. And they're trying to do everything at once because now it's go time. I'm telling you, you will burn out if you do all the things perfect all at once. It's gonna be too hard to maintain, and you're gonna get frustrated and you're gonna get burned out, and then you're gonna go the other way because this is all or nothing. We were all in now we ain't doing. You know what I mean? Like, give me the cookies, give me the cake. I don't care. I didn't lose weight when I did everything all at once. And so what's the point? Now I'm going to eat all my feelings and do all the things because I am going to start dieting again soon. And who knows when I'll get to eat this again. So I'm going to eat all the things now. And then you feel like crap after eating all the things and you put even more weight on. And then you go back and we're going to try it again. And we're going to be super strict again. Do you see? But we don't want to get on this pendulum swing for the rest of our lives. I am 36. I have struggled with my weight since I was 19 and diagnosed with PCOS. I understand. I've been on this swing for a long time and I want off. No more, my friends. We are better than this. Our lives deserve to be better than this. So we're going to ditch the all or nothing because it ain't doing anything for us. If you would instead take some of these treats that you love, say you are obsessed with Oreos. They are high in points, my friend, I know. But every time you get off plan, what your go-to is an Oreo, come to the place, and this is gonna take time, okay, where maybe you buy like the little individually wrapped 2 Oreos. And a couple times a week, you just allow yourself to have some Oreos and have the points for them. That's what the weeklies are for, or eat a bunch of 0-point foods to make it worth it throughout your day where you're not starving because you spent all your points on Oreos. Add it into your actual day because that's the lifestyle you want. You don't want to never eat Oreos again. So add a couple in, have, the little pack that you can just open up and you have 2 Oreos and you're done. And then a couple days you'll have them again. And then it's not this whole like restriction where now all the things I love, I'm not eating. I'm forcing myself to eat salads and all the things I don't really like. All I'm doing then is forcing myself to go back to Oreos. Where if we can just, hey, let's do a little bit of all of it. We're gonna eat some veggies because they're good for us and we like the veggies that we picked. And we're also gonna eat some Oreos because we have to enjoy life. So we need to find that middle ground, and that's how it's gonna be easier to maintain. If you hate what you're doing because you're starting exercising and dieting and all the things at once, y'all, it's too much. Too much. Ditch the all or nothing. I could talk an hour on this topic alone. And I probably have in the past because I like to sprinkle these things throughout my videos. If you wanna subscribe, I do a lot of what I eat in a days and dinner ideas. I like to link the recipes to your WW app, so you can just click on the recipe in the description box and it just takes you on over. And I like to sprinkle these kind of things in between because I know that losing weight is not just about the food you eat, but it's about your mindset. If you can get your mindset right, a lot of the other stuff can fall in place because it's not a burden. It's not a chore. It's something that you get to do to take care of yourself and the body that we have. So your mindset is key, and the all or nothing is not helping it or doing it any favors. Tip number 10. We're almost done, guys. Again, a lot of these are rolling into each other because that's just the way life goes. And this is small victories are still victories. So this same person who was really upset because they tracked all week and stayed within their points all week but didn't lose a pound their first week, and they also included exercising, what if instead they're like, oh my gosh, I tracked all week. My first week, I was able to track and stay within my points. I also was able to add some working out. Go me. That mentality change is key, because if you're doing this in a balanced, stable way that you can maintain, because we're looking for lifestyle change, it's not going to happen quickly, most likely. Maybe it will for you. For me, with the PCOS and the insulin resistance, it's a very slow journey. That's okay. I'm still getting to the direction I want to go. But if I don't celebrate these little victories, then it makes it a lot more daunting. Did you go down a pant size? Did you get all your water in for that week when you've been really struggling with eating your water? Did you eat more vegetables this week than you did last week? These are all things to celebrate. Can you see a change from a week ago to today and the amount of swelling in your face? One of my small victories at the beginning is I could not wear my wedding ring. It was really too tight, and now it's perfect. So these are small little things that we can just, I like to call them non-scale victories that we can celebrate. Whether that is a habit change or a physical change, it doesn't have anything to do with the weight on the scale. Maybe you can stop taking insulin because you've lost weight and started to manage your diabetes through food. There are a lot of things to celebrate along our way. So small victories are still victories, and you're killing it. And all these little bitty small victories add up to really big changes. Trust me. All right, tip number 11 is do not force exercise. Now, if you are coming to Weight Watchers as someone who's already been exercising, then continue to exercise. You're already there. But if you are, again, going from not doing anything to starting Weight Watchers and you feel obligated to start working out as well, please don't. Get to know the program. Get to experience the foods that you like. Build up that staples list. Take notice of all those little small victories before you really add anything in. And when you do decide to add an exercise, do not underestimate the power of walking. I will tell you what, the most weight I lost at one point was like last July. I think I don't remember exactly. It was like 6 or 8 pounds in 1 month. For me with PCOS, that is crazy. And all I was doing was walking and sticking to the program. Like, that's it. So do not underestimate the power of walking. Walking is my main source of working out other than my job. I have a physical job. So walking is key. So when you decide to do something, do walking, and then don't feel bad that all you're doing is walking. Walking is great. Walking is a great thing to do. And again, it's maintainable, and it's maintainable for lots of people. So if you have bad joints or bad back, whatever, walking is not going to tax you, but it is going to get you results and a healthy lifestyle. So start there. I love yoga and dancing and weights and all the things, but when I'm overwhelmed, my go-to is always going to go back to walking, because it's de-stress. It helps me with my stress levels, get you outside, get you some vitamin D. It's a great tool. So don't force it all at once. If you're not working out now, don't immediately start working out, okay? Again, lifestyle change, we got plenty of time to incorporate working out later. And I think you should incorporate working out later, but not for weight loss. So when I do physical activity, it's not for weight loss. It's for maintaining the muscle I have. I want to build muscle. I want to maintain the muscle I have. I also want to maintain my mobility. I don't want to be the person who can't get off the ground, because I was that person at my heaviest. It was really hard for me to get off the ground, and I don't ever want to be there again. So I focus on the way my body feels when working out, the ability to keep up. I can go running. I keep up with my daughter. I can keep up with my dog. I have a physical job, so that is easier to maintain. I don't want to have to go upstairs and be winded. I want to be able to do that easily. And so working out helps me do all those things and maintain mobility in my joints and hips and all the things. So that's why I work out, not for weight loss change. And when you decide to work out, I hope you can have a similar mindset, because you might not lose weight when you work out. And so if you are doing something you don't like and you don't see the results in the weight loss, you're gonna stop. So pick something you do like and don't do it for the number on the scale. Number 12 is take before photos and or measurements. I did both, and I like to refer to those. I just did a video not that long ago where I was showing some of my before pictures. My heaviest was 220. I've lost 41 pounds, so you can do the math. And when I look in the mirror, sometimes I don't see that, or I think that I should be further along with how I look versus what I was. But then when I look at the pictures, I'm like, oh, wow. Yeah, there is a big difference, but I can't see it in the mirror, but I can see it when I look back on pictures I had. We went to Disney World in 2021, and I was like, these are gonna be the most epic before photos ever, and we did all the things, and I took all the photos, and I'm happy I did, because now I have some great reference photos, and I still have the shirts, and I like to put them on. That's another great thing to do. Keep something from when you're the heaviest, and that you can put it on throughout the year, and realize like, okay, well, I don't feel like I've lost that much, but then I put this shirt on and it's way big on me. It's really helpful to, again, keep that healthy mindset. Tip number 13. Unfortunately, motivation is temporary. You might feel super inspired and motivated right now at the beginning of the year coming up. Hey, I get it. I just purged out my fridge and pantry and put on a whole bunch of healthy things in there. Motivation is great when you have it, and use that motivation when you have it. Use it to get the momentum going, because it will very suddenly and without any forewarning just drop away. And then you're just kind of like, oh, this sucks. I don't feel like doing this today. And it's gonna come and go. But you still need to be consistent. Without consistency, you're not gonna have a lot of success. Consistently staying within your weekly points, that being your daily points plus weekly points, plus if you wanna use your activity points, staying within those amount of points each week over time is how you have success. So you need to be consistent in that, even if you aren't motivated. That's why all the other tips were so important. You've already taken the time, you're not doing too much at once, so you're not overwhelmed. You have built up a staples list of foods for yourself. So when you're not feeling it, you're like, hey, I love this dinner and this dinner is low points. I'm gonna take that and eat that for today. Super helpful. We've built a lifestyle that we enjoy. If we are working out, we're doing something that helps de-stress us and helps us feel good. So we've built a lifestyle that we like with food that we like. So you shouldn't have to white knuckle it to keep going. So rely on the staple and 0 point foods to get you through. And if you falter, give yourself grace. Okay, you got a lifetime to figure this out. And I just barely survived December. Okay, there's a lot going on. There's still a lot going on. I've had my septic system has been getting replaced. It's still happening. If you've been following me, it's still not done. So I get it. We go off plan. I did not track for about a week, and that's what I needed for my mental health. Mental health comes first. But I didn't eat all the things because I was not tracking. That's where losing the all or nothing comes in. I still ate fruits and vegetables and tried to pick things that were lower in points. And then I would also eat a cookie. You know, it was a balance act. And you know, I gained like 0.2 pounds that week. That's nothing. So because we built that lifestyle that we like, we're able to maintain it even through those stressful or non-motivating times. All right, we made it to the end. Tip number 14, and that is accountability. So there are lots of ways you can find accountability. You could go to meetings. I have so many subscribers that say meetings are the thing that help them stay consistent. A lot of them have lost their weight and kept it off, and they will swear to you that meetings are why. Being consistent in the app and going to meetings are why they are where they are. I've never gone to a meeting. I've only ever done the digital version. And so going into the community tab of the Weight Watchers app can be really, really helpful. Now, I am mixed on that community. I'm not gonna lie. There are times where I'm in there quite a bit and it feels very motivating. And there are people who are like, oh my gosh, you can see before and after photos and great comments and great tips and tricks. And there are other times where people are just whiny babies. I'm not gonna lie to you. And so I have mixed feelings. There are times where I'm in that app a lot, and there are times where I don't look at it at all because everyone's being a whiny little baby, and I don't need that for my goals. So go in there and see if you find days where you like to be in there more often and then not there as often as others. Then know that you're not alone. You can also have a friend, a sister, a husband, whomever, to help be your accountability partner. Now, I will say from personal experience, and again, doing this the wrong way so many times, please do not tell your significant other to hold you accountable for what you're eating. Okay, I know this kind of goes against the grain of accountability. We're looking for cheerleaders and gentle guidance. We are not looking for someone to be like, do you really need that cookie? And then making us feel guilty about our choices. We are grown-ups and we can decide what the heck we want to put in our mouth. And putting that responsibility on your spouse is not healthy for them and it's not healthy for you. There's going to be tension and it's not good. And I know this again, because I've asked my husband to do that. And then when he did, I got very mad. So if your spouse is your accountability partner, good luck. Maybe just leave comments in the videos here below and find someone down here or on the app. My husband is my biggest cheerleader, and that's where I want him to be. Okay, I don't need him to be my prison guard. I need him to be my cheerleader. So just word to the wise there, you know. Also, I created this community here on YouTube for community. I wasn't even on Weight Watchers at the time, but I was following people who were on. I had been on Weight Watchers in the past, and then I was trying to do calorie counting, macros, just trying different things to see what works. You got to find out what works for you. Different bodies are different, obviously. So there are going to be people who do not like Weight Watchers and who love calorie counting. Where me, mentally, I feel better with Weight Watchers because when I'm out of points for that day, or even weekly points, say I just had a whole splurge and I'm all out of dailies and weeklies, I can still eat. I still have so many 0-point foods I can eat. For me, mentally, that is less taxing because when I'm out of calories and I'm hungry, sorry, you're out of calories. So for me, that Weight Watchers works better. But finding Weight Watchers, having this community now that people are watching, I did it for me to be accountable. And in return, y'all are saying it's motivating y'all. So this is a great this is a healthy cycle where I'm motivating you and then you're motivating me. And this is great. I like this little community that we have. Y'all are so sweet, so loving, so kind. I was gone for I don't know how many videos, but you know, holidays in December, like I said, I barely survived it. People are checking on me on Instagram and in messages, making sure I'm okay. And it is so kind and so considerate, and it makes me feel good. And it makes me know like, hey, what I'm doing does matter. And I'm accountable to y'all. And it helps me. It helps me. There are days where I don't feel like doing what I eat in a day, but I'm like, you know what? When I film, I eat a lot better than on some of the days I don't. So it really does help me. So maybe even get a little creative and find your own community like I did here. But if you have been a part of my community, thank you, thank you, thank you. Y'all mean so much to me, and I'm so grateful for y'all. Yes, we've built a lifestyle that we like and that we want to maintain, but we are having to change a lot along the way. Building healthy habits, changing our mindset, these things are not easy. Having a community there to embrace you and to support you and to give you a nudge along the way is so, so, so helpful. So that's it. That's all the tips. So just a little bit about me, in case this is the first time you are seeing me, thanks to the search engine, when you're like, Weight Watchers 2024, and then boom, here I am. Like I said, my name's Amber. I'm a mom. I'm a wife. I've been married for 14 years. I have a 10-year-old, almost 11-year-old daughter. I work 3 to 4 days a week now. When I first started my channel, I wasn't working. Now I am. So that's been something I have had to get used to in 2023. So this channel is AMS in progress because I got a lot of work to do, y'all. This is not AMS is perfection, unfortunately. So we are going to be learning together. I've already made mistakes in the past. I'm going to make them again in the future. But again, that's why we have community. This is a safe place for people who have questions and want to build those kind of relationships. As someone with PCOS and insulin resistance, I have struggled my entire adult life with losing weight. I have done all the things on this list I have said not to do. I have yo-yo dieting, number one, and that's because we're trying to do the all or nothing thing. So I have been heavier than I am now, and I have been smaller than I am now. But I have never been more focused on the long term than I am now. When I lost weight in the past, I was that person who was like, I'll eat 1,200 calories and work out 2 hours a day. If that's gonna get me where I wanna go, let's get there, let's go. I want it now. And all that did for me was create an unhealthy, unrealistic lifestyle that I couldn't maintain, and so that I would gain weight back plus some. So I am here I'm not a food blogger, I'm not a professional recipe creator or anything. I'm just a person who is struggled with weight and struggled with self-sabotage and so many other things, binge eating. I've had a very unhealthy relationship with food in the past, and I've taken time to try to heal that. And I'm just here showing my journey to help keep me accountable and maybe inspire some people along the way. So I would love to have you a part of this community. But either way, I hope you have an amazing 2024 and life after that. And hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Bye, y'all.